Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Dai and today I'm sharing with you my June manga haul. My June planned purchases list was not very large, but obviously something went wrong because I ended up with about 35 things. And my planned purchases list for the month was much less. So I've got a lot of things to share with you today, so let's just get into it. Right off the top here, we have Ghost Reaper Girl Volume 1, story and art by Akisa Saike. This one is published by Viz, rated older teen. This one is flipped. There is an author note in the back. You're reading the wrong way. Have evil spirits taken over in this manga? How can this be the wrong way? Unlike most manga, Ghost Reaper Girl reads left to right in traditional English order as requested by Akisa Saike, creator of this series. So that's interesting. This one, I believe, is about a girl who wanted to be an actress, but she's at the ripe old age of 28, whatever that means. I guess because of the profession. But anyway, it says that she gets spontaneously violent, so that kind of works against her. But she's offered a role by a charming new man in her life. Can she become Ghost Reaper Girl and take down evil spirits that have escaped from Hades? So I really love the back cover of this. It's very much Halloween vibes. And yeah, I am intrigued. So I'm looking forward to this one. And very interesting that this one is flipped. Next up, I have Call of the Night Volume 8 by Kotoyama. You guys all know that I've been collecting this one. This one is rated older teen, published by Viz. This is about, or at least in the beginning, it follows a boy who has insomnia. So instead of wasting time in his room at night, he decides to venture out into the world and walk the streets, basically. And he meets a vampire, and they end up making a pact with each other. I really need to get back to this series. This is one that I really enjoyed. The first 4 volumes, I think. And now I've got 4 more that I need to read, so I'm definitely going to be doing that sometime soon. I've got a light novel here. This is Full Metal Alchemist Under the Faraway Sky. Novel by Makoto Inoue, original concept by Hiromu Arakawa, published by Viz, rated teen. So this is a reprint of the Full Metal Alchemist light novels, which I have been collecting. I finally finished collecting Demon Prince of Mimochi House. So I have volumes 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, and 16. So the Demon Prince of Mimochi House is one that I had started collecting a long time ago. I had initially read it from my library and really enjoyed it, which is why I started collecting it. And then I collected all the way up through volume 8. And then when Barnes & Noble was doing their Manga Monday specials, they had volume 14 at 50% off. So I picked up that, which is why I don't have 14 here. But this is basically a supernatural fantasy manga about a girl who inherits a house, and in that house ends up being these creatures that have already been inhabiting the area. And so we ended up reading the first volume, I think, for Manga Club a few months ago. I will go ahead and link my Monochrome Manga Club video down in the description box below so you can hear my thoughts on it. And yes, I'm really looking forward to reading this series in its entirety, especially now that I have the whole thing. Next up, I've got Rose and Blood Volume 3. This is by Kachiru Ishizue, published by Viz, rated older teen. Says, what lurks behind the gazes of mesmerizing men who can eat blood red crystals? So I'm intrigued about this series. I don't know much about it, but intrigued enough to pick up to volume 3. Next up, I have volume 3 of Penguin and House. This one is by Akiho Ieda, published by Kodansha, rated all ages. This is about a penguin and his life with his keeper. We are reading volume 1 for the Monochrome Manga Club this month in July. So if you're interested in reading along or hearing my thoughts about it, definitely check out my Monochrome Manga Club series First Impressions video, which will be out at the end of July. If you'd like to read along, you can read along with us and then let me know what you thought of that volume when I post my video in the comments. Next up, I have volume 2 of Yakuza Reincarnation, art by Hiroki Miyashita, story by Takeshi Natsuhara. This one is published by Seven Seas, rated older teen. I believe this one follows a middle-aged Yakuza member who gets reincarnated as this girl. I know when I had read the synopsis for volume 1, I thought it sounded super hilarious, which is why I picked it up. The back of this volume actually talks about what is in this volume just on quick scan, and I really don't want to know, so I am looking forward to getting into that one eventually. I have the 4th volume of The Haunted Bookstore Gateway to a Parallel Universe by Shino Bumaru. This is the light novel. It is published by Seven Seas, rated teen. I am really looking forward to getting into this series. I've just had the worst reading slump, and I just don't want to pick it up because I fear that my reading slump is going to affect my thoughts on this. So I am hoping to dig myself out of that reading slump so I can get to this, because I really, really want to read it soon. I just don't want to risk my reading slump affecting my thoughts. So I will definitely be getting to that one sometime soon. Hopefully my reading slump will be over by time this month is over. Next up, I've got volume 4 of the Apothecary Diaries. Story by Natsu Hyuga, art by Neko Kurage, compiled by Itsuki Nanao, character design by Toko Shino. This one is published by Square Enix, manga rated teen. This is like a historical mystery type story. We had read the first volume for Monochrome Manga Club. Again, I will link my Monochrome Manga Club series First Impressions video down in the description box below in case you're interested to hear my thoughts on the first volume. I haven't yet continued the series, but I have been collecting it because I really, really enjoyed volume 1. And I'm looking forward to seeing what other cases come up in that series. Next up, I have volume 11, and there is something on this cover of Perfect World by Rie Aruga. This one is published by Kodansha, rated older teen. I am really looking forward to eventually getting into the series, but I really want to have all of the volumes. I'm not sure how many there are. I know volume 12 is coming out relatively soon, so I'm really looking forward to having the whole thing and then reading through that in a marathon, because I think I'm really going to enjoy that one. Next up, I've got volume 3 of Creepy Cat by Cotton Valent. This one is published by Seven Seas, rated ages 10+. This one looks like it's going to be super cute. I love how colorful these covers are. And yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this one. I didn't think that I'd be the type of person that would enjoy cat manga because I'm not an animal lover. I mean, I love watching documentaries on like sharks and seals and marine animals, but I'm not really like a cat person. And yeah, I've been really surprised that all of the cat manga that I've picked up that I've read lately have been really, really enjoyable. So I'm hoping that I'm really going to enjoy this one as well. And the art style is rather different, so I'm really looking forward to getting into that series. Next up, I had to have it, the last volume of Wotakoi, Love is Hard for Otaku by Fujita. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. It's published by Kodansha, rated older teen. I can't believe it's the last volume. And this one is smaller, which makes me a little sad. I've been trying to avoid spoilers at all costs. I have not been very successful, but I really, really loved the anime of this series. The manga took me a little bit to get into it, which is why I ended up watching the anime, and then everything kind of came together for me. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this story ends. So, yes, and I was able to get the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. The Barnes & Noble that I purchased from actually got their Barnes & Noble exclusive editions very, very late. They didn't even have the normal publication edition. They had nothing. So, yeah, I was a little bit concerned, especially with how store, or at least the store that I go to purchase things from, has been getting their shipments, and it's just really, really unreliable. You cannot predict anything. So I was really concerned that I wasn't going to be able to get one, at least a regular copy at all, but I was able to get a Barnes & Noble exclusive, so I am super happy. Next up, we have the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition again of Persona 5. Mementos Mission. This one's published by Udon. Manga by Rokuo Saito. Original work by Atlas. And this one is published, like I said, by Udon. And they do not put their age ratings on the back, but I would probably say older teen. Teen or older teen. This one is wrapped in plastic. But I don't know if it's because it's a special edition, and I believe the special editions have something inside. Picked this one up for my daughter because she's a big fan of this franchise, and so that is all hers. I'll eventually read the Persona stuff because I do have interest in it, and I have watched her play several of the games in the franchise, and we watched the fourth Persona 4 anime together, and I really, really enjoyed that one. And so, yes. Next up, I have Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Volume 4. This is a sticker because it was on hold. This is the Eternal Edition by Naoko Takeuchi, published by Kodansha Rated Teen. We are reading through Sailor Moon for my manga club, so we are up to Volume 4. I have actually forgot to order this in May, so I have this one for this month. This is what we are reading this month. Which reminds me, I did not put Volume 5 on my buy list for July, so I'll need to do that when I'm done with this video. But I am actually pretty surprised at my thoughts on this series so far. It was one that I didn't think I was going to enjoy, and I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought. But yeah, there's still a few things that bother me about Usagi and stuff like that, but it's been interesting talking to the members about it because this series was popular when I was growing up, and a lot of the members that come to the meetings are younger, younger than my daughter even. So yes, it's been very interesting discussing that title with the members. Okay, we are in Stack 2. I Cannot Reach You, Volume 1 by Mika. This one is published by Yen Press, rated teen. I believe this is a BL. My daughter picked this one up when we were at the store for the manga club meeting. So I don't know too much about it, but she thought it sounded interesting, and so I have no doubt that I will read it. It says childhood best friends. Always by the other side, but not together in the way they truly want to be. So yes, definitely sounds like a BL, and it sounds like it's going to be super sweet, so looking forward to that. I picked this one up because I thought it sounded very interesting, and this will be my first read from this mangaka. This is Welcome Back Alice, Volume 1 by Shuzo Oshimi. I had gone back and forth on picking this one up because this author is beloved by several people on MangaTube, and I am just very concerned that I am not going to enjoy their work. But this one is published by Kodansha, rated 16 plus. I believe that this story follows this group of friends where one of the friends had moved away and then has come back a different gender. I think that's what this is about. It sounded intriguing, and that obviously changes the dynamics of their friendship, and it sounds like there's going to be some conflicting feelings about that, and I'm intrigued. So I am looking forward to seeing what I think about this mangaka's work and seeing what this story feels like for me. So yes, very, very intrigued. And I've seen a couple of the other covers, and they're very pretty. So I am looking forward to seeing what I think about that one. Next up, I have The Treasure of the King and the Cat. This is by Yu Kajika, published by Tokyo Pop. Rated teen. I don't know. This one looked super cute. I love the artwork on the cover, on the back. This says, one day a large number of people suddenly disappeared in the royal capital. When young King Cassio goes out to investigate this occurrence, he comes across the culprit, but the criminal puts a spell on him. To help him out, the king calls the wizard Ophuil, to his castle along with Prince Volks and his loyal retainer Nios. Together, they're determined to solve this strange, fluffy mystery full of cat swords and magic. I love mysterious stories. It sounds cute. The art style looks interesting, and so I thought I'd pick that one up. I believe this is a one-shot, so that's great because I don't read a lot of one-shots, and I really need to read more of them because I have so many series ongoing. Next up, I picked up a Kame ga Kill Volume 7. This one is by Takahiro, art by Tetsuya Tashiro, published by Yen Press, rated older teen. I've been slowly collecting the series as I see them. Volume 7 was the next one I needed, and they happened to have one on the shelf when I was at Barnes & Noble for the manga club meeting, so I just decided to go ahead and pick this one up. We read Volume 1 for a manga club meeting a couple years ago, I think, and I had always wanted to collect the rest, and I put it off, and then everything happened in the world, and so I am trying to collect this one. Volumes are very hard to come by now, and so when I can get them, I do. But yes, that one also has a bit of a mysterious adventure-y feel, so I'm looking forward to getting more of those volumes when I can. Next up, I have Volume 21 of Bungo Stray Dog, story by Kaka Asagiri, art by Sango Harukawa, published by Yen Press, rated older teen, following our people in the armed detective agency. I am intrigued with this series. I am so behind on this. I think my daughter might be up to date on this. I know I'm holding her back. We had started to do a kind of read a watch along kind of thing, or at least watch up to where I had read, and then we had to stop because she was way past where I was, and I have not picked up a volume since. But she's enjoying the series. I've enjoyed what I've consumed of this series so far, and yes, definitely happy to have that one. I have Imakoi Volume 2. This is now Imakoi Now I'm in Love. Story and art by Ayuko Hata. Published by Viz. Rated teen. This is a sweet high school romance, I believe. So I think that's like the palate cleanser I need right now. I've been just trying to get myself out of the slump I'm in, and I just don't know what to pick up. And yeah, I do read a lot of novels outside of manga, and manga reading has been okay for me, but I'm so scared to read anything right now because most of the things that I have read have not been as good as I thought, and I don't want that to be a continuing thing with things that I own. So yes, the struggles of being a reader. Next up, I have Volume 1 of Your Forma, Electronic Investigator Ichika, and her Amicus Ex Machina. This one is by Mareho Kikuishi, illustration by Tsubata Nozaki, published by Yen On, and this is ages 16 and up, so that is older teen. So this is a light novel. It says, in an alternate 2023, the Your Forma, a miraculous smart thread technology initially developed to treat a massive outbreak of viral encephalitis, has become an integral part of daily life. But these convenient devices come with an invasive drawback. They record every sight, sound, and even emotion their users experience. For electronic investigator Ichiga Hieda, diving into people's memories via the Yorforma and hunting for evidence to solve the toughest crimes is all part of a day's work. The problem is she's so good at what she does that her assistants literally fry their brains trying to keep up with her. After putting one too many aides in the hospital, the top brass finally furnished Ichika with a partner on her level, a brilliant yet cheeky android named Harold Lucraft. Does this unlikely duo have what it takes to resolve their mutual suspicions and avert a deadly technological infection from sweeping across the globe before it's too late? Sounds intriguing. It's a mystery, which is right down my alley, so I decided to go ahead and pick that one up. Next up, I have volume 24 of Set Off of the End Vampire Reign, story by Takaya Kagami, art by Yamato Yamamoto, storyboards by Daisuke Furuya, published by Viz, rated older teen. Picked this one up pretty much for my daughter, though this is a series that I do need to dive into this year because it was part of my manga advent calendar. And so, yes, picked that one up for my daughter. I think she is almost up to date on that one as well. I picked up volume 1 of I Think I Turned My Childhood Friend Into a Girl. Story and art by Azusa Banjo, published by Seven Seas, rated teen. I believe this is a romantic comedy following a guy who enjoys makeup, and he ends up using his friend to like practice on or apply makeup to, and then ends up falling in love with them. And I believe the friend is actually a guy. So, yes. I think it sounded cute. I have heard some reviews saying that this is problematic, though, so I am now kind of hesitant on this title, but we shall see. We shall see. On the heels of the June Monochrome Manga Club selection, I picked volumes 2 and 3 of Whisper Me a Love Song by Eku Takashima. This one is published by Kodansha, rated teen. This one follows our younger character here on the cover, who ends up going to high school, and she sees a girl band rock performance at like a school assembly type thing, and immediately falls in love with the lead singer of the rock band. So much so that she ends up seeking them out and confessing. Well, the leader of the rock band ends up confessing back, and it ends up that both of them might have different meanings of I fell in love with you. The first volume was so cute. It was so cute. It had also the most accurate summary of any book, novel, manga that I have read in a long time. Exactly what you got on the back was exactly what was inside. I am so looking forward to seeing how the story continues for our two characters here. And like I said, it was super cute. So, and I enjoyed it so much so that I ended up going ahead and picking up the next 2 volumes immediately. Next up, I have volume 2 of Senseis Pious Lie. This one is by Akane Torikai, published by Kodansha, rated 18+, so that's mature. This one is wrapped in plastic. I'm still very intrigued about this story. And so, yeah, I decided to go ahead and pick that up. I believe that one's only 4 volumes, though, so I'm probably just going to pick them all up and then wait until I have it all to dive in. Next one up, volume 20 of Yamushi Pedal. This one is by Wataru Watanabe, published by Yen Press, rated teen. I have watched all of the anime adaptations that are out. Absolutely love this series about a high school bicycle club. I believe we are still in anime territory here. I'm so looking forward to the next season of the anime, and I think we are going to be doing a rewatch prior to the new season coming out. But yes, I have not yet started the manga. I know the art style is very different from the anime, but we are collecting it because I have no doubt that we're going to enjoy reading this series as much as we enjoy watching it. We're almost at the end. I have volume 8 of the Bungo Stray Dogs light novel series. This one is Stormbringer. By Kafka Asagiri, illustration by Sango Harukawa. This one is published by Yen On, ages 13 up. So that is teen. And yes, this one is pretty thick. I am surprised that my daughter has been picking up the light novels. She does not like to read novels at all. But she has been picking up these Bungo Stray Dogs light novels, and she's been enjoying them. So I am continuing to pick them up. I ended up picking them up for me, but I'm glad she's enjoying them. And so, yes, continuing to pick those up as well. And the very last thing I have here is volume 8 of the collector's editions of Maison Ikoku by Rumiko Takahashi. This one's published by Viz, rated older teen. I believe this is a boarding house where a bunch of people are living, and I believe there is a romantic storyline in here. I am so rusty on this story. Like I've said before, I watched a little bit of the anime several years back, and I think I do have the discs somewhere, but I was very intrigued then, and I decided to go ahead and collect this one to read the original source material because I have to have them. So, from my tiny list of June planned purchases to this large, what ended up being my purchase list, yes, I was very surprised that I had this much picked up from June. But, that's the way it goes sometimes. So, let me know down in the comments below if you picked up any of these titles or if any of them sound interesting to you. Like I said, I've linked a bunch of the Monochrome Manga Club Series First Impressions videos down in the description box below in case you're interested in the titles that we have read that I have continued to pick up in this haul. If nothing else, you'd just like to let me know that you were here. If you could leave me a coffee or drink type emoji down in the comments below, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out, and that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy, and until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.